Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And last time we killed the cult leader
An
Colgrim.
eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
He
The
wanted
debt
us
of blood must be
to
paid
defile the Urn of
Of
Sacred
what do I
Ashes.
speak?
We're still on our quest to getting the Urn of Sacred Ashes. That sounds like
Yes,
vengeance.
my husband
Yes.
Hysarian would have chosen a quick death for Andraste. I made him swear that she would die publicly with her war leaders, that all would know the Imperium's strength. I am
And so
justice.
we're in the midst
I am
of
vengeance.
the gauntlet
Blood
here.
can only be repaid in blood.
And we have to answer all of these riddles from these spirits. Last time we kind of got 2 of the 3 wrong.
The bones of the world stretch towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom. Of what do I speak?
Now, when it's multiple choice like this, it's like I'd like to see the choices before trying to see which one fits in.
Veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom.
Okay, so the bones of the earth. So it's something connected to there. So that's making me think mountains rather than...
Yes.
Because that's the only thing that's connected. Okay, we got it right.
Andraste's ashes out of Tevinter into the mountains to the east, where she could gaze ever into her maker's sky. No more fitting a tomb than this could we find.
And all of these riddles are also connected to the life and story of the prophet Andraste.
From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak?
Okay, poison of the soul. I mean, I'm doing this in post-commentary, so I know what the answers are, and I know whether or not we're going to get it right.
Passion's cruel counterpart. From
Passion's
love
cruel
she
counterpart.
grows,
This sounds
till
like
love
jealousy.
lies slain. Of what do I speak?
Jealousy. Children.
Yes, jealousy drove me to betrayal.
Children are
I
the
was
poison of the
greatest
soul.
general of the Alamon, but beside her I was nothing. Hundreds fell before her on bended knee. They loved her, as did the Maker. I loved her too. But what man can compare with a god?
Alright, just 2 more left. Ooh, Archon.
She wields the broken sword and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak?
The broken sword. You know, there was a broken sword we had of a gift. It was the broken sword of mercy. No, it was the silver sword of mercy.
She wields the broken sword and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak?
Separating kings from tyrants. What would be the different queens? No. Mercy would be a separation between kings and tyrants.
And mercy bade me end her life. I am the penitent sinner who shows compassion as he hopes compassion will be shown to him.
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword. Comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak?
Lightning for women. Hunger. Hunger seems to fit that, but again, I want to see the choices, and then I want to hear the riddle again.
No man has seen it, but
It's
all
that
men
pattern
know
has
it.
been working
Lighter than
so far.
air, sharper than
Yep.
any sword. Comes
Hunger is
from
lighter
nothing,
than air.
but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do
See,
I
lightning and
speak?
fire don't come from nothing.
Yes, hunger was the weapon used against the wicked men of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker kindled the sun's flame, scorching the land. Their crops failed, and their armies could not march. Then he opened the heavens and bade the waters flow, and washed away their filth. I am Kefir, disciple of Andraste and commander of her armies. I saw these things done, and knew the Makers smiled on us.
Alrighty then. But we have more trials. Shani, but this is just a spirit.
Who else? It's good to see you, I suppose. Life out there has been good to you, hasn't it? You're respected even among humans. Do you remember us?
Depends
Where
what
you came
humans we're
from?
talking
And
about.
what some of us still face every day?
Yeah, I remember that.
You don't even feel much anymore when you remember it, do you? You've moved on, past the horror of that night. I envy you. You've gone on to other things, things I can only dream of. You have a great task to complete. I want you to take this. I think you should have it. Seeing you now gives me hope. For all of us.
So, I mean, she acted kind of like the real Shani. But, yeah, I don't know how that works exactly. I'm trying to find out what we just got. And we're going to find out that it was actually a pendant. Yeah, reflection. +1 constitution and +15% to healing effects received. That sounds really good for Alistair. And that's, yeah, the life drinker. I'm eventually going to move that to junk and just sell it. Because there's no way we're going to have a blood mage on this playthrough, because I don't already have that classification unlocked. Yeah, that's going to be better here. Apprentice's amulet. Do you need... you prefer the willpower. And you already have Apprentice's amulet. I'm going to hang on to that Apprentice's amulet, though, because I might... If I really need, like, additional fire resistance on top of what the Drake scale armor is going to give me, that 5%, you know, might push us to complete immunity. I don't know. It could be very useful when battling dragons, I'm just saying. And here's this next test, which I'm not going to do the best at. Yeah, we are fighting mirror clones, spirit clones of our party. And I go after Alistair first, which is like the worst thing I could possibly be doing. Because, like, Alistair's job is to, you know, taunt and just tank all this damage and that, while the other three just rampage with spells and whatnot. I don't know what happened to the fake Sagana. Wonder if that got taken out by our mages early on. Because I only saw the other three. And I do believe that they're like clones of whatever your party is with their tactics and everything. That's just a hunch. But pretty neat.
Well,
Neat concept
looks like
there.
There's only one way forward.
Hey, you see those thingies over on the side of that huge chasm? I bet they're used for something. Maybe I should touch them or stand on them?
And so our party members are giving us hints, but I'm like, okay, maybe I need to talk to
What does being the Grey
them.
Warden mean to you?
And now we're in this conversation with Wynn. And I'm like, crap, I didn't mean to start doing this. I meant to have like a section, an episode where we're
There's
at the
that,
party
of
camp
course.
doing these
But there's more to being
conversations.
a Grey Warden than killing
I mean, technically we can
Darkspawn
still
and
talk to her at the
saving
party
the
camp,
world
but
from the blight.
you know what I
Ultimately,
mean.
being a Grey Warden is about serving others, about serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men.
Sometimes I just don't like any of the options that they give me here. Like, I want to say this,
As a
but
Grey
not as a
Warden, you are a
question.
guardian of men, and you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus, it is you who serves. not they.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
So basically, Logain. Again, here, like, I want to say having power confines me, or I don't want power.
And the country suffers for it. If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide
See,
they will
she's
become.
talking all
How
wise
will
and
they affect
grandmotherly
the pond?
again.
But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
But we ended up getting +2 to her happiness,
What good is an
fondness,
incorporeal
likeness.
bridge? Are we supposed to imagine ourselves on the other side?
Maybe we're supposed to solve the puzzle. So each section will light up a certain piece of bridge. And I'm wondering, like, oh, do I need to light them up in a certain order or something? That's not quite what you have to do. Notice how your team members aren't actually following you at the moment. So what you have to do is switch over and then have someone else go and stand on something. I thought what we were supposed to do was have something of all 4, like this being lit. No, I had it. Or is it 5? Whatever. That is not what we were supposed to do. And Alistair steps on and nothing happens with any of these. So maybe we're only supposed to use 3 at a time. But actually what we're supposed to do with this puzzle is to, like, step on, have, like, multiple people step on, like, ones that will light up the same thing. I'll figure this out here eventually. So I'm going to start with something. And I know that. That did, or that?
I am here.
Yep, you're there. Okay, so those two... Okay, let's focus on that one. And then I think for the other one, I have to go over to the other side here. No, no.
That's it. That's an actual bridge piece right there. If we can get all the bridge pieces to be solid, we can make it across.
And now once you have one that's like fully lit, it stays solid. Ah, hey, there's the second one.
Yes.
That's awesome. And I'm just kind of fumbling around with this. So, I mean, this type of puzzle, it's okay. It's not one of the types of puzzles that I really despise that take place in some games. But it's not one that I'm like, oh, yay, it's this puzzle. It's like my favorite part of the game. It's not. It's just a puzzle to do. See, Alistair can step on him now. And it looks like we got all of them. Well, that wasn't so hard.
Very good, Brian. Favored the clever, it seems.
Alright, and now we have an altar. Great. Okay, yep, it's an altar, and it talks about, you know, some Okay, so the option is remove equipment or don't do anything. So clearly they're saying to approach the Urn of Sacred Ashes, you need to remove everything that you have in order to walk through the fire. I'm guessing that's what it is. Great, now we're in our underwear. And we can run through fire. I don't recommend trying that at home.
You have walked the path of Andraste, and like her, you have been cleansed. You have proven yourself worthy, pilgrim. Approach the sacred ashes.
And now the fire goes away, we're temporarily on fire, and we get all of our equipment and stuff back. Fortunately, we don't have to manually re-equip anything, but it says items acquired. Basically, we just acquired... Yeah, see how they're all like highlighted? Because we just acquired all of them. I'm going to drop a save. You know, just in case. I wanted to check out the treasure thingy. I guess the Urn of Sacred Ashes is a little more important than a dead guy on the ground there. So this is the urn, huh?
I didn't think anyone could succeed in finding Andraste's final resting place. But here she is.
I stand in awe. Really?
I could not have
Morgan,
asked
could you
for a
be
greater
any
honor
more
than to be
sarcastic?
here. I
Don't
will
pretend you
never
care
forget
about this.
feeling.
Obviously, Alistair and Wynne are going to really care about this, and we can only choose to take a pinch of the ashes, which is kind of what we need. Now, I did look this up online after I had done all of this, so like after this episode or something, and like you have to agree to defile the urn in order to actually get the vial of blood, and you can actually choose to not defile the Urn of Sacred Ashes with the blood. Regardless of what you do, the game will give you the pinch of Sacred Ashes to go and heal Arl Eamon. Oh, gift. I'll have to give that to someone too.
Don't think so.
Oh, really? Insufficient skill for those, okay. And we have, I'm guessing those are just going to be like a quick exit here. And the answer is yes, it'll be a quick exit. So you can choose to defile the urn. And that is actually how you would get the Reaver job class specialization. So yeah, clearly we're not going to get that. And also, regardless of what happens, like, I guess Colgrim would meet you out here if you didn't already kill him like we did. And whether you defile the urn or not, I think if you don't defile the urn, he attacks you. And if you do defile the urn, you can still choose to attack and kill him and get his experience and, you know, goodies that he would drop. But another thing I found out is, well, I knew this bit already, but when we get to Dragon Age 2, we can actually, I don't want to say transfer our save, we can link our save file from Dragon Age 1 to Dragon Age 2. It's not going to change, because we get all different characters and everything. It's not going to give you, I don't think it really gives you any like items or anything like that. But one thing it does do, I think it mentions like your character's name in this game and stuff, and as like part of the hero of legend or whatever. But another thing that it will do is, depending on if you defile the urn or not.
Welcome back.
Oh,
You were
Jenna
gone for quite
TV's
some
here.
time. Well, did you find it?
I don't need to show. I'll just
What?
tell him, yeah, we found it.
What was it like? Coming to the urn, I mean.
Oh, there were tests. Nothing has
Tests?
touched me so deeply.
Interesting. Very
I
interesting.
don't know about that.
Perhaps my research will not seem so much like blasphemy to the Chantry now. We must organize an expedition. There is so much history here, it must be studied. And pilgrims should be allowed to come to the urn.
How many people are we going to have coming to this urn? Because that could cause issues on its own.
But the urn belongs to all the faithful. How can you deny this to them? No, we must share it.
You have noble intentions, Brother Genitivi. But can you say the same of your brethren in the Chantry?
So everyone comes by and takes some ashes from the urn. Oh, I hope that urn is self-replenishing.
Yes, share it. Spread the word, and more will come under the Chantry's power. Is this not what you want?
I will spread this good news or die trying.
Okay, so we can't talk him out of this, apparently. Or we can kill Genitivi and stuff. I think it's, and based on what Wynne and Alistair just said, like, it doesn't sound like a good idea to have it. I don't want to select kill him, but apparently the only other talking options are just gonna, like, let Genitivi go about his way. Oh my. Is he not? Oh no, he's dead.
Was murdering a defenseless old man really necessary?
You may have your reasons for wanting to keep the urn a secret, but I sincerely doubt they were worth the life of this good man.
You were telling me it wasn't a good idea to have people, they disapproved. I mean, I didn't like the idea of killing him either, but we couldn't reason with him. He was going to go out and tell everyone about this, and then you have this place swarming with people. I mean, granted, there's that gauntlet thing that might still be protecting it. But still, that can just become... I can see that just becoming a hassle. And then you've got people that will exploit it, and then you'll have people claiming that they have a pinch of the ashes and it can be used to heal, and then they pay all this money, and then they're scammers, and then it just opens the door for so many of those things. And Wynne and Alistair were like totally acknowledging that, and Genevieve was like, I don't care. And so it seemed like that was the only option. I wasn't a huge fan of that idea, but I guess I should have let him live. Also, from what I was reading, for Dragon Age 2, if I had let him live, and people would come to the Urn of Sacred Ashes like later on, I found the urn.
You have?
It would actually, there would actually be a side quest in Dragon Age 2.
Powers live up to their reputation.
But you had to not defile the urn, and you had to like let Genitivi go out and tell everybody about it. Then again, it might still end up happening anyways. And from what I read of that side quest, like it involves someone being like, hey, they have a pinch of the ashes or whatever. Oh, he's glowing purple. Something must have happened.
Where am I?
Why? The ashes worked.
Be calm, brother. You have been deathly ill for a very long time. Do you remember nothing?
Tegan? What are you doing here? Where is Isolde?
I am here, my husband.
And Connor? Where is my boy? Where is our son?
He lives, though many others are dead. There is much to tell you, husband.
Dead? Then it was not a dream.
Much has happened.
So he must have been in some sort of like coma where he could still
easy for you to hear.
Then
process some of the things that was happening, but not able to like physically move. That's what I kind of gathered. Also, those appeared to be checks to see if Isolde and Connor were both still alive, or if you ended up killing one or the other because you didn't go to the circle tower first. So I'm sure that's what that conversation was all about.
This is most troubling. There is much to be done, that is true. But I should first be thankful to those who have done so much. Grey Warden, you have not only saved my life, but kept my family safe as well. I am in your debt. Will you permit me to offer you a reward for your service?
I'm not going to object to people who want to
Then
give
allow
me
me
gifts.
to declare you and those traveling with you champions of Redcliffe. You will always be a welcome guest within these halls.
Okay,
And
well
for
that's
you,
very nice.
Warden, a shield of the same make as those that have been given to our finest knights.
I'll thank him for the gift
We should
first,
speak of
you know.
Logain, brother.
Be
There is no
honorable, be
telling what he
noble.
will do once he learns of your recovery.
Logain instigates a civil war even though the Darkspawn are on our very doorstep. Long I have known him. He is a sensible man, one who never desired power.
I was there when he
Really
announced he was
now?
taking control of the throne, Eamon. He is mad with ambition, I tell you.
Mad indeed. Mad enough to kill Cailan, to attempt to kill myself and destroy my lands. Whatever happened to him, Logain must be stopped. What's more, we can scarce afford to fight this war to its bitter end.
But we have to... Okay, so what are we
have
going
no
to do?
time to wage a campaign against him. Someone must surrender if Fereldon is to have any chance at fighting the Darkspawn.
So...
I will spread word
What are
of
we doing
Logain's
here?
treachery, both here and against the king. But it will be but a claim made without proof. Those claims will give Logain's allies pause, but we must combine it with a challenge Logain cannot ignore. We need someone with a stronger claim to the throne than Logain's daughter, the Queen.
Are you referring to Alistair, brother? Are you certain?
I would not propose such a thing if we had an alternative, but the unthinkable has occurred. Tegan and I have a claim through marriage, but we would seem opportunists, no
Yeah, I
better
thought you
than
were going to
Logain.
be king.
Alistair's claim is by blood.
And what about me? Does anyone care what I want?
You have a responsibility, Alistair. Without you, Logain wins. I would have to support him for the sake of Fereldon. Is that what you want?
But I... No, my lord.
I see
Alistair
only
doesn't
one
seem
way
to
to
like the
proceed.
situation anymore.
I will call for a landsmeet, a gathering of all of Fereldon's nobility in the city of Denerim. There, Fereldon can decide who shall rule, one way or another. Then the business of fighting our true foe can begin. What say you to that, my friend? I do not wish to proceed without your blessing.
The only thing I want to know, can't we just kill Logain?
You have already
What are
found
the other
allies,
options?
but we need those to fight Darkspawn. I truly believe the landsmeet is our best option. We could attempt to wage a military campaign against Logain. But even if we win, would we have enough left to defeat the Darkspawn?
No, but neither would Logain.
Perhaps Logain gambles on this attitude. That everyone will decide facing the Darkspawn is more vital than facing him. So that he leads us against the Horde.
Well, we could face the Darkspawn and then overthrow Logain? I mean, wouldn't
I'm
that
not
be
sure
an
that
option?
would help our cause. We would become the criminals, and our accusations would become excuses. Furthermore, I'm not even certain where Logain might be.
He has a point there. Logain's in Denerim. We know where he is.
That depends. If we cannot get a consensus in the landsmeet for Alistair, we cannot afford to oppose Logain either. Does that mean Logain could win? A man who killed his own king, who has gone mad with power? Perhaps. We must see that he does not.
So it seems like no matter what I say, Arl Eamon here is very much going to be either...
Why do you think he had me poisoned?
Stand
He
with
wanted me
Loghain,
gone
or
without having to confront me directly.
make Alistair
If I call
king
for a
and
landsmeet,
no other
refusing
in-between
the
option.
compromise and attacking Redcliffe will only support our accusations.
The only thing I want to know,
sure
though,
he'd
is
rather I
if
died
Alistair
from the
becomes
poison.
king...
Had the demon not interfered,
he's not going to leave my
that's
party,
exactly
is he?
what would have happened.
I don't want Alistair leaving my party.
Unless we convince some of Loghain's allies to abandon him, that's not likely to happen. Our army is not large enough. As a Grey Warden, you may gather allies to you, but we need those forces to face the Darkspawn, not to battle against our own.
Yeah, because I only have treaties to
Very
battle
well.
against
I will
Darkspawn,
send
not
out the word. It
Loghain.
will take some time to recall my forces and organize our allies.
I guess we have to
I
do
would
this
prefer to
Landsmeet
wait until
thing.
that is done before calling the Landsmeet. In the meantime, I suggest you pursue the remainder of the Grey Warden treaties. We will need all the allies we can get if we are to defeat the Darkspawn Horde.
Okay, so I know I said that I wanted my... I wanted the next thing to be to go to Denerim and just try to beeline it to the alienage, and... Ooh. We get to be an assassin now. Plus 2 dexterity, plus 2.5% critical chance, yes. We have 4 attribute points. You know what? I'm just going to stick 2 in strength so we can finish that off. And then we can just start dumping everything else into cunning. We have 2 skills. I don't even know what skills I want. I guess just improved corrosion. Corrosion. I'm going to corrode people's minds as we talk to them. So the other thing I want to know is, if I go with this Landsmeet and Alistair becomes king, can I still have him in my party? That's like my biggest concern out of this, because I don't want to lose him from my party. I guess worst case scenario, if we do lose him, I could go for... Sten would be more of a two-handed swordsman. I'd probably replace him with Shale. Oh yeah, look at that, lacerate, and yeah, not lacerate. We need that second one, which we do really need that. But I do need the evasion stuff, and I still can't get evasion. So let me go back here. So apparently it gives me a bonus to dexterity, so maybe I can just get it on my next level up. And I'll just get this keen defense. I was gonna get both of them anyways, so... Oh, elite. This must be from having 2 specializations. This might be the first time I've done that. This is probably the farthest I've ever made it in this game. Or the most I've ever done. Well, with that, we're probably gonna do some side questing before doing more main quests, and we'll see if we can get into that alienage in Denerim. So I'll see you guys then.